Today, we're going to talk about someone really special, a mystic poet from 15th century India whose words honestly feel more relevant now than ever. He challenged pretty much everything, so let's get into why his message still hits so hard. So I want you to picture this. It's 15th century India. Society is full of rigid rules, and you've got these deep, deep religious divides. But right in the middle of all that noise, this one powerful voice cuts through, challenging the whole system, speaking a truth that didn't belong to any one group, but to everyone. And boom, right there, that's the heart of his message, in his own words. He just gets straight to the point, He's asking this simple question: why are you looking for God out there, in temples, in mosques, in rituals, when the divine is right here with you right now? This one single idea is the foundation for everything he's about to teach.
So, who was this incredible voice? Well, this is the amazing part. He was Kabir Das. And he wasn't a king or a priest or some high-minded scholar. Nope, he was a simple weaver.
He was born around the year 1440 in the holy city of Varanasi to a family of weavers. So he grew up completely surrounded by both devout Hinduism and fervent Islam. But here's the kicker. He didn't pick a side. He stood apart from both. And from that really unique vantage point, he built this incredible legacy as a mystic poet whose words would echo for centuries. And this is where it gets so poetic, right? His day job was literally weaving threads into cloth. But on a spiritual level, his real work, his real weaving, was taking simple truths and universal love and weaving them into the very fabric of how we see the world. See, Kabir's genius wasn't in using complicated philosophical language. Not at all. It was his ability to talk about the deepest truths imaginable, using symbols from everyday life. He helped people find the divine in the ordinary stuff all around them. Just look at some of these. For Kabir, God wasn't some far-off king sitting on a throne. No way. God was as close and as vital as the very breath inside your lungs. Your body wasn't something to escape from. It was the temple. And the journey of your soul, well, that's just like a river, naturally, effortlessly flowing back to its source, the giant ocean of being. Let's dig into that one. So he often starts with this simple, beautiful image. Just think of your soul, your own individual awareness, as one single drop of water. It's unique, it feels separate, and it's on its own little journey. And the whole point of that drop, its final destination, is to get back to the source, that infinite ocean. This is his take on liberation, or moksha. But it's not something that happens when you die. It's a realization you can have right now. And this is where he adds this brilliant twist. And there it is. This is just such a mind-bendingly beautiful idea. It's not just that you, the little drop, dissolve into the infinite ocean. It's that the entire infinite ocean is also found inside your tiny little drop. The whole universe is perfectly reflected inside of you. There's no separation at all. It just completely changes your perspective. Okay. So that's the big idea. But how do we actually apply it to our lives? Well, we can kind of boil down Kabir's wisdom into 4 core teachings, 4 paths to truth that are just as practical today as they were 600 years ago. First, and this is the big one, stop looking outside yourself. The divine is in your own heart. Second, get over the labels. All these different religions, they're just different rivers flowing to the exact same ocean. Third, forget the grand, complicated rituals. Awakening is found right in your daily life, just by living with a bit more love and awareness. And finally, the true teacher, the real guru, isn't some person out there. It's the light of wisdom that's already inside you. And this famous couplet just nails that last point perfectly. When he says guru here, he's not just talking about a person. He's talking about that inner teacher, that spark of awareness inside you that reveals the divine that was there all along. It's the guide that just points you right back to yourself. Now, you have to understand, for his time, this message was absolutely radical. In a world totally defined by religious conflict, He wasn't trying to start a new religion. He was trying to point to the truth that was hiding underneath all of them.
So it didn't matter if you were doing rituals in a Hindu temple or prayers in a Muslim mosque. Kabir basically said that all those external things mean nothing if your heart isn't in the right place. He kept telling people they were all arguing about which road to take, while totally forgetting they were all trying to get to the same place. He called this state Sahaj Samadhi. It basically means a natural, spontaneous state of enlightenment. And the most important part? This wasn't something reserved for monks meditating in a cave. It was for weavers, for shopkeepers, for parents. It was for everybody. You find it by living your life, right here, right now, just with consciousness and with love. So let's bring it all home. Why are we still talking about this weaver from the 15th century? Why does his voice still resonate so deeply in our crazy modern world? I think it's because his message is just timeless. He flips the entire spiritual quest on its head. It's not about believing in something higher. It's about realizing that you already are that higher self. It's not about adding some new belief to your life. It's about waking up to who you've been all along. And this line, for me, this is what sums up his entire legacy. Kabir never wanted an army of followers to worship him. His poetry, his life, his whole point was to act like a mirror, to just hold it up and reflect your own inner truth back at you, and then simply ask you to look. And so, that's the question he leaves hanging in the air for all of us, echoing across 6 centuries. When you look into that mirror, what do you see?